Hey, yeah, oh, 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 yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Easy and welcome to another episode of Easy Does It, where we review and do reactions to channels and sometimes daily vlogs. Now this week we're going to take a look at the channel Liberal Hivemind. He's been around for a while. He's been on since 2016 and he's amassed about 300 million views, which is fairly decent. And he's got a little over 1 million subscribers, which is pretty good. He's doing okay. He basically states in his description that he used to be a liberal, but then he got red-pilled or woke up and from his brainwashing and saw what the far leftists were doing and all the BS that came with their far left ideology. And now he likes to do videos about the ridiculous crap that they keep doing. Alright, so we're going to take a look at his channel and get your thoughts on it. I've been watching him every now and then. I'll watch him. Sometimes I agree with him, sometimes I don't. Mostly I do agree most of the time. He does point out some things, but there's several channels like this where it's political. We're going to check it out. I'll give you a little bit of what he does and you can tell me your thoughts. This is latest about Elon Musk.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hivemind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Oh, boo-hoo, you little poor baby. The mainstream media is currently throwing a fit because they no longer get special treatment on Twitter. Oh no, you poor little snowflakes.
It usually starts off like this all the time.
Of course, as we know, the mainstream media cannot exist without being
he puts up
propped
a
up by the
meme
entire system.
and he gives you a little background about what he's going to talk about on the video.
Recently,
and then he
Elon
gets
Musk's
into
Twitter
the
has made
video
the
of
decision that they're going to be treating all news
the
organizations
subject that he
equally,
really
and
wants
that
to talk
means
about.
state-affiliated networks and outlets are going to be marked as state-affiliated, not just the Russian ones and not just the Chinese ones. And it led to a massive meltdown from all of these news organizations, like NPR, for instance, after getting tagged as state-affiliated, or government-funded rather, decided that they were going to leave the platform. NPR is stepping away from Twitter, and this includes NPR Politics feed. Please read the thread to find other ways to find our work, including blah blah blah. Here is wah wah wah. Yeah. It's not fair that we're held to the same standard. We should have special privilege. Well, no longer is that the case. And this
literally says government
funded
media.
Part of this little situation that's currently
NPR
happening on Twitter is after Elon Musk's
funded by the
Twitter bought the
government.
BBC. It led to the BBC getting in contact
So
with
it's
Elon
false
Musk.
content.
They did an interview, and well, I think it's
Propaganda.
probably the perfect summation. It's just a real-world example to encapsulate why the mainstream media is just so trash.
Yep, never
Also, it
trust
plays into this whole
mainstream
entitlement
media.
thing and this whole special media privilege.
They're all
Let me show you guys
governmentally
exactly what I
funded.
mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so I
Can't
guess we'll start
trust
off
like
this video by
ABC,
saying Elon
CBS,
Musk meets the
NBC,
BBC. It
and
went
sometimes
pretty much
even
as you
Fox.
would expect. Take a look at this.
Content you don't like or hateful? What do you mean to describe a hateful thing?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, this is a
content
BBC
that will
interview.
solicit a reaction, something that may include something that is slightly racist or slightly sexist, those kinds of things.
So you think if something is slightly sexist, it should be banned?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm
Well,
saying.
I'm just curious. I'm trying to understand what you mean by hateful content.
He's not saying anything.
I'm asking for specific examples. And you just said that if something is slightly sexist, that's hateful content. Does that mean that it should be banned?
Well, you've asked me whether my feed, whether it's got less or more. I'd say it's got slightly more.
That's why I'm asking for examples. Can you name one example?
I honestly don't use. Honestly, I
You
don't.
can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why. Because I don't actually use that for you feed anymore. Because I just don't particularly like it.
But you said
actually, a lot of people are quite similar. I only look at.
Hang on a second. You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example. Not
Ha!
even one.
He's calling him out on his BS.
3 or 4 weeks, and
Well, then how did you see the
See, this is what they do. This is what mainstream media does. They make shit up.
Okay, so then you
Never
must have at
trust
some
the
point seen
shit off
your
like
hateful
Yahoo
content. I'm asking for one
and
example.
other
And you can't give us a clue?
news sources like that because
Then I
they
say,
make
sir, that
shit
you know
up.
what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes, because you can't give me a single example
Yep.
of hateful
When you
content.
ask them for an
One
example, they
tweet.
can't give you one.
And yet you claimed that the hateful content was high.
They make shit up.
That's
They
false.
spin a
What
narrative.
I
You just lied.
You know,
what I claim was
they give you
there
half-truths
are
and
many
they make a bunch of
organisations
shit
that
up
say that kind of information is on the rise.
push their
whether it has
propaganda.
on my
Give me
feed
one
or
example.
not, I mean, right, and if you
Literally
look
can't
at
name
something
one.
like the
Yeah.
Strategic Dialogue Institute.
Yeah,
in
you
the
can't. He's
UK,
bumbling
they will
over
say that.
himself.
So
Look, because people will say all sorts of nonsense. I'm literally asking for a
Right.
single example, and you can't name one.
right, and as I already said, I don't use that feed. But let's.
Then how would you know?
What
I
the
don't
hell?
think this is getting
You
anywhere.
literally said you experienced more hateful content, and then couldn't name a single example.
Right, and as I said,
That's absurd.
I haven't actually looked at that feed.
Then how would you know this
for a few
hateful
weeks.
content?
Because I'm saying that's what I saw a few weeks ago. I can't give you an exact example. Let's move on. We only have a certain amount.
Oh,
of time.
let's move on.
Holy moly.
He got
Elon
caught.
Just ended
So
the
he's like,
man's
"Let's
career.
move
I don't
on."
think this guy, this James Clayton guy, is ever going to step foot in public ever again. But it takes us right back to the initial point of media privilege. People at places like the BBC, The Guardian, NPR, CNN, MSNBC, it doesn't matter. I mean, name the left-wing outlets, are
Yep.
the most entitled little
Most of them
establishment
are
rats.
left-wing.
And what I
It's
mean
all
by
propaganda,
entitled, hopefully
government
I can describe
propaganda.
this accurately or correctly.
It's
They feel
there to
entitled
divide us.
narratives, or they feel as though they have this special privilege where they can say things, set narratives,
Yep.
and not be challenged. And we see it over and over again whenever they're met by actual
They
challenges.
feel
whenever they're
that
met
they
by
can say or
real
make
honest
up
people,
all the
like
shit
Elon
they
Musk,
want
for
to
instance.
'cause
they completely
the
fall
government
apart.
backs
You know,
them.
the special privilege that these media journalists have, where they can just say things as if they're facts and not have to back them up.
Exactly.
Well, the prevailing narrative is that
Exactly.
Twitter has
When-
essentially become 4chan
where they're
on crack
confronted
since
with
you took over.
facts.
Elon just
Always
responds with,
use
"Well,
facts, 'cause
what do you
they-
mean? Like, you
their
can't just say
narrative
something like
always
that.
falls
Do you have an
apart
example?
because
Have you
they can't
experienced
back it up.
Oh, on my For You tab, it's nonstop hateful content.
Instead, they'll
What,
scream
overly
at you,
hateful
call
content?
you
know,
racist,
just
you know,
kinda stuff
homophobic,
that's a little
you know,
edgy,
misogynist,
hateful,
whatever,
and then go, so
'cause
what's your point? Should
they
we
can't
panic?
back
Oh,
it
I'm
up
not
with
saying that.
facts.
Well, do you have an example? Oh,
It happens
you
every
know,
time.
We should probably end
I think
the
it's funny
interview.
when
I wasn't
I'm on my
expecting
Twitter
to actually
feed
have to justify,
and I
clarify, or
fucking
provide
blow
sources
them out of the water all the
real
time.
fact-based
It's just
evidence
funny
to support the
'cause
garbage
they'll
narratives
have a
that I was
meltdown
peddling. Yeah, you know, we pretty much
and start
already knew
screaming
that.
at
It
me,
seems as though the
and
only
I'm just
person who was
laughing.
unaware was this BBC clown. You know,
I'm
this
like,
is a
hey,
perfect
you can't-
example of how these leftist narratives
You
only
can throw
really
a fit
exist
all
in
you
these
want,
fake
but
news
facts are
chambers,
facts.
these mainstream media vacuums,
Deal with
these
it.
very isolated, controlled spaces. But the moment you open it up and introduce oxygen to the equation, well, suddenly the whole fake news system is compromised now, isn't it? Now, of course, it's no surprise
Pretty
that I
much.
absolutely love meltdowns. Everybody knows this. We've been covering
Yep.
them for years. You know, I still miss the days of SJW meltdowns being one of the biggest
Well, they
YouTube
still
entertainment
kinda have
sectors,
them.
I guess we could say. But honestly, there's nothing more that I enjoy than a mainstream media meltdown. The BBC, NPR, and probably the CBC up in Canada as well are all freaking losing
Oh, they're
their
really
edge.
bad.
The politically correct way to say it. And of course, you can tell exactly
Both
why
of them are
the
bad.
mask of
They're all
neutrality
bad.
has finally been removed. NPR has to be having the most full-blown
The
meltdown.
United
NPR
Kingdom
is saying goodbye to Twitter and so
and
why.
Canada
Our CEO
is
writes,
lost.
The platform is taking actions that undermine our credibility.
feminists
by falsely
and,
implying that we are not
far
editorially
left,
independent. Find us anywhere else.
groomers
Again, it
and
comes
all that
back to
kind of shit, they
entitlement,
took it
that
over.
special treatment. These outlets are mad that they're finally getting exposed for what they are.
Yep.
Editorially independent. Give me a freaking break.
They're not independent.
99%
It
of people
literally
who work
says
at
government
NPR are
funded
Democrats
media.
or connected to the Democrats in some
Dumbasses.
way. Most Republicans probably find NPR as a waste of taxpayer dollars.
Pretty
so
much.
NPR's existence probably literally depends on Democrats holding political office and power. I mean, I just mentioned the CBC, the Canadian Broadcast Corporation, which really isn't a corporation at all. The Canadian government spends over $1 billion propping up the CBC. It's basically a Goliath in the country. No independent news corporation can compete with it because it's totally subsidized. And again, they
Right.
pretend as if they're editorially independent, but they're not.
They're
They carry
so
water
dumb.
for Justin Trudeau. And the Liberal Party, the BBC, does the exact same thing because, again, their existence is dependent on big government leftoids. Oh, you poor little babies. NPR is big mad. Their credibility is being undermined by falsely implying that they're not editorially independent. No, dummy. NPR is government-funded media. You collect taxpayer dollars. And so Twitter simply wrote government-funded media. I mean, look at the little tag. It says that you're government-funded media because you're government-funded media.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's unacceptable. It's hard to take any of this
Pretty
stuff
much.
seriously. And honestly, pretty much the whole point of this video is Elon Musk keeps BTFOing the media, whether it's in interviews, whether it's with these decisions at Twitter.
Mainstream
And I'm here
media
for it. I
keeps
love
getting
it.
called
Elon
out
Musk
on their
taking over Twitter
bullshit.
has to be the best thing that's
They
happened
lied
in a
out their
very,
ass.
very long
They just
time.
try to
It's time
brainwash you
even
into
the
believing
playing field.
bullshit.
I mean, just like we know on YouTube, for instance, the mainstream media is totally propped up. They get special privilege. They're always on the
Do
trending
not
tab. They're always
trust
on the For You tab or the autoplay next up
mainstream
tab.
media.
Meanwhile, independent sources like myself and others
They
are
lie.
shadow banned. It's time that change, that the pendulum shift. It's a beautiful thing that
Do
it's happening
your
on
own
Twitter.
research.
And you can just see how entitled these mainstream media networks are with the way that they react. Oh no, fair treatment. Give me a frickin' break. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you
So
all
that's
next
it.
time.
Hopefully, you can give me your thoughts on that. Like I said, I like liberal hive mind. We don't always agree, and that's fine. None of these channels, you don't have to always agree with them. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. And if it's an opinion, it's an opinion. But when you state facts and then people like these mainstream media outlets try to deny the truth and lie to you and brainwash you, and you believe their bullshit, that's on you. Don't be an NPC. Tell them to fuck off. You'll do your own research and you'll find the facts and realize that they're full of shit. Anyways, that's all I had for you this week. Liberal hive mind, I give him 2 thumbs up. He does a decent job most of the time on collecting facts and stuff. So check him out. Give him at least a watch, see if you like some of his stuff. So, till next time, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next week.